Alright, we're going to go over pointers in this video. Alright, so basically what a pointer is it is just a number that holds a memory address. And this memory address refers to data in memory. And so I'm going to go over this code. I'm going to try to explain it as best as I can. First, I declare integer I. So pretend that this is the memory map right here. And then right here are the memory addresses that label this map. So right here at memory address 4004, I have variable I, integer I, right here. Okay, then I declare my integer pointer called PTR. So it turns out like that. Um, okay, next I set I equal to 42. We have I equal to 42 in our memory. And then I set PTR equal to the address of I. This operand right here takes this operator right here takes its operand and gets the address of where that operand resides in memory. So I is located at 4004, and therefore that's going to be assigned to PTR. So now PTR holds the address of I, which is 4004. Now this special statement right here will take the the data found at the address pointed to by pointer by PTR and then get its value or set its value. So this will take whatever pointer has, which is 4004, and it's going to get the data that resides in memory pointed to by that number. So at 4004 lies our integer I, and then it's going to set that to 2. So now this will become 2. Okay, so that will be like the final layout of how our memory is going to look like of our variables inside the program. Then we're going to output I. So I will run this, and there we have I equals 2 as I output that. Alright, so you can think of the star of the asterisk as the to be treated as value at this address. So I'm going to say value at the address of whatever pointer equals, which was 4004. So the value at address 4004 will equal 2. And then this one right here, the ampersand, is, you can say that can be like address of. So in this previous statement I say my PTR is going to be equal to the address of I. So those are little English replacements for what those operators mean. This other example is going to set integer I equal to 42, then it's going to declare a pointer with the address of I of what it's going to refer to. Then it's going to output the address of I and then the value of I using the pointer as a reference. So I'm going to run this, and we see that the address of I is this number, which is the value of my pointer, and then the value of I is 42, and I use a pointer with the asterisk to dereference this pointer to get the value of the data found at the address of where this points to. Now here's an applied example of this. I declared this subprocedure called fill, which will basically take a string, and it's going to set every value within that string equal to a specified character. And it knows when to stop, because when it reaches the ending point of the string, which is a null character, then it'll stop assigning those values. So I'm going to declare my buffer, which is 21 bytes, 21 characters, and I'm going to set the last character equal to 0 to null terminate this string. Then I'm going to call my fill procedure with the address of my buffer, and then I'm going to say the character value A. So it's going to assign all the characters within that buffer to capital letter A, and I'm going to output that. And that is my output. Now the reality is that whenever you use arrays, and you're going to pass that array in a function, you're not actually going to take the entire 21 byte of characters of that array and then put that in the function. Or if you had a 500 byte array or something like that, that just wouldn't be useful. So when you use arrays, you're actually getting the address of where these 21 characters are located in memory, and that gets passed. So essentially, arrays and pointers are the same thing. Arrays are basically just memory addresses which define where in memory a block of data is located. So this is a character pointer, which is this array right here, and that's pretty much how that works. There's this function right here that called strlen, means string len. It gets the length of a string that you specify. So I have this character array, and I initialize it to hello, and I'm going to pass that the address of this. So it's going to get this. This accepts a um, a character pointer. So it's going to get the pointer to this, and it's going to pass that to string len, and then it's going to get the length of that and output that. So when I run this, we see that my output is 5. That is the length of hello. Now, how do you think this function works? I mean, if we have a pointer to some characters, and we know that strings are terminated with a null byte, how do you think we get the length of a string? So what I've done is implemented my own function that mimics the string length function. So this accepts a character pointer, and it returns an integer. And it's going to loop through this array for as long as the index of string found at I is not equal to 0. So it's going to loop through that until the character is 0, and then it's going to return I. It's going to keep incrementing I. So we'll run that, and then we get an output of 5. And I change this little statement right here from this to this because these two are equal statements. We already know that characters are just 1 byte, and so therefore this will take the value found at address of string, which is our character pointer, and we're going to add I to it for the index. So these two are essentially the same thing, dereferencing the pointer and adding to that address the value of I for our loop. So if I run that, I get the same thing. There we go, 5. So that's it for pointers today. I hope I explained that well enough. Please reply and comment, and I'll get to my next video soon.